Hey, my name is James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the property news for this week. I say this every week, but it's another really busy week. We've got some data on arrears, we've got house price data, we've got so much going on as always. If you're new around here, make sure you get all the updates as and when they happen. We've got all the property news, we talk about property investing and much more. How can you get those updates? Smash subscribe and hit that bell notification. And let's get some views on this video. Smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button, whatever it is. That massively helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. And share this video. You can WhatsApp it, Facebook, email it to someone that wants to know about what's going on in property right now. So, what is going on in property? Well, a lot. There's a lot going on this week in property. As always, it's a very busy week. So let's get to this. First off, I want to talk about mortgages. So, mortgages dropped below 4%. Oh, 4%. There was a number of lenders that did that. We've got multiple videos on the channel on who you can go and look at to see who is giving that magical below 4%. And that happened because the Bank of England cut rates, which was really good. The SONIA swap rate, the rate that they borrow at, also dropped. That's important, more important than the Bank of England rate, believe it or not. So the Bank of England rate dropping impacts tracker mortgages. So anyone on a tracker would have got a cut, hopefully straight away, if not fairly quickly from their lender. But then the SONIA swap rate, which is the rate that HSBC borrow at, that NatWest borrow at, they borrow on the SONIA rate. That dropped over the last few weeks, allowing banks to cut below 4% for the first time since last year. And that's a positive move. We then got some bad news, and that was an unexpected jump in inflation. So those 4% rates might not stick around as long as we were hoping. So keep an eye on those. If you're looking to do a refinance or remortgage at the moment, get on with it. Get the rate locked in and move forward on that, because they could potentially creep up a little bit after what's happened. So let's talk about inflation next. And inflation had a big jump this month, and it's not looking good. So inflation went to 3%. It was at 2.5%. The problem you've got is that the next outlook isn't looking great. Next month, you've got energy cap going up. Well, April, but it's not far off, is it? It's pretty much a month away. So the energy costs are going up. I believe it's 5%. That's going to hit inflation severely. You've also got council tax going up for a lot of people. You've got water rates going up for a lot of people. And these are things that are really going to impact businesses. You've also got the fact that the minimum wage is going up in April and national insurance contributions are going up. That is going to mean businesses are going to have to increase prices. Imagine you're a small business owner. There's a chip shop that's really good just opposite my office here. He used to spend £1,500 on energy prior to all of these problems a few years ago. Then at the peak, it jumped to £6,000 in a month. £6,000 in a month. That's insane. So someone like that, he's got his energy costs going up. He's got staff that are on will have national insurance increases, and if they're on minimum wage, they're going to go up as well. I'm sure he's got water rates in there as well. They'll be more expensive than yours at home. So lots of businesses like that are going to get hit really hard. They're going to have to put their prices up, and that's going to feed into the inflation for a little while yet. So inflation went back up. That potentially could slow down or pause mortgage rates. That's the relevance to property on that, and that's not great. House prices, how are they doing? So house prices started off in January fairly strong, slowed down this month. So house price asking prices were up 0.5%. So this is asking prices. Does this have any semblance of anything important to the market? Well, I believe it does, because it indicates sentiment on people's belief on what they want to achieve with their asking price. If the market's likely to crash or go down, you'll start seeing asking prices drop just a little bit every single month. But right now they are still up. But this time of year, normally asking prices are up 1.5% in just February. And that is a third of what we would normally expect. So that shows a slowing market. A lot of that has been attributed to the fact that stamp duty goes up in April as well. Another cost that's going up. Crazy, right? So we've got stamp duty also going up, which means a first-time buyer particularly, which is strange when the government say they want to help people get on the property ladder. First-time buyers are getting hit really hard with increases in stamp duty, which is expected to slow down the market. So asking prices are up, but not as much as we would hope. What else is going on? We talked this week about social housing. Interesting video I did on that. There are 1.2 million people on the waiting list to get a social housing property. 1.2 million. Go and check out the video on that. I go into areas in the UK which are worse. One area in the UK, if you want a 4-bed house, 67 years is the waiting list for that. So if you've got a big family and you need social housing in that area, you're going to struggle. There are areas in London where the social housing waiting list is 26 years. 26 years, that's a lifetime. A lot of people could be dead by the end of that waiting list. That's not great. So social housing is not looking good at all. It's something the government constantly say they're going to fix, they're going to sort, they're going to build more. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing these projects happening. In fact, from comments that you guys make or reading articles and seeing what's going on in the market, I'm seeing people that aren't building at the moment. They're just not incentivized to do that, with costs rising, like for labor, costs rising for materials, costs rising for stamp duty when they want to sell these properties to first-time buyers. It's not looking good at all. So social housing video, do check that out. What was a little positive though was rents. Rents fell for the first time in years. Not much, but in a month they fell 0.2%. So a smidge. But that's a start, and that shows that maybe they've hit some sort of ceiling for now. People are exhausted. They can't afford to keep paying more rent. But I feel that rents are going to go up over the next 3 to 5 years significantly, based on the fact that you've got the EPC regulations. So landlords are going to spend 15 grand per property. That will get passed on in higher rent. You've got interest rates that aren't going to come down as quickly as what we were expecting. You've got other things pushing landlords out of the market. And by doing that, you're going to reduce the rental pool. Your people that want the properties is going to grow, and that's going to increase rent significantly. So we've had a temporary reprieve, you might say, or a slowdown in rent increases. But I think they're going to come roaring back very soon from next year or later this year. Arrears. Let's talk about rental arrears. We did a detailed video on that. Go and check this out on the channel. Rental arrears are up 44% at the moment. That's a lot. That's insane. That isn't great for those tenants, because if they get evicted, there's a massive social waiting list. Means they could end up being homeless. Not what anybody wants. Also, it's not great for landlords either, because they could be a landlord with 1 or 2 properties that just can't afford this, that then needs to sell the property, shrinking the rental market even more. So that isn't great that that's gone up so much. And I think that's going to get worse. I think you're going to see rental arrears go up significantly in the next 2 years. As all of this cost of living crisis gets worse, inflation continues to roar on, council tax goes up, water rates go up, stamp duty goes up, everything's going up. Nothing seems to be flattening out and letting people catch up. Let me know what you think. There's a lot going on this week. Have I missed anything that's important? Do comment below, do smash like, do subscribe, and check out all the other content on my channel as well, including this video right here.